Minor, and today we're gonna do our very first tier list video. Now it's gonna be on the phone, obviously, but in future videos, I might buy a laptop potentially to make videos and do some shit with you guys, obviously. But yeah, I know I'm swearing, but it's fine because this is just a normal, typical NHL thing. NHL, obviously, yeah. I mean, I can swear a few times, but sometimes it's kind of what you have to do. I mean. Go watch Split and Chicklets. They're really good too. So today we're gonna basically rank how I feel about these teams individually and how I actually hate them or I love them or they're kind of neutral for me. Personally, S tier is obviously gonna go to these guys. I mean, but for me, I don't really want to put an S tier for them because I started to really. There are things that I just don't like about Toronto. Now I know it's my favorite team, but uh, they've made some really stupid decisions. I mean the general manager is young, but I just felt that he's not like he's good general manager, but in my mind, I think that he's just not. He's good for the job. Just how he makes trades and stuff. Like you can. I mean, I'm talking about Kyle Dubas, and how I think about this is like the team makes some unquestionable decisions in what they do when they make trades, when they sign people and stuff, and how they draft the players too. Like I just like I see this team. It's kind of like they're not really deserving to be an S tier team. I mean, they're my favorite team, but they have issues of their own. Defense is still working progress, and we got the forward department, which is our really good forward group, but we got to start making moves. I think it's better to trade maybe a forward or two for basically a defenseman, which I would probably want to do that if I was Kyle Dubas. And obviously, he should have made that during the trade deadline, but he decided not to. But also, we also should have gotten Robin Leonard, so. We should have had him. Then we could have easily just traded Freddie because he had I think he's 2 or 3 years left on his deal, and I know that because it's obvious. I mean, we can replace him with Leonard, who's a few years younger, and I don't, or maybe he's the same age. I don't remember. But actually, no, I don't think he's the same age. But I think Anderson's 30, I think, and then Leonard's a few years younger, I think, and. Yeah, I know I'm into this in 2 minutes. I'm talking about Toronto, but let's just get on the road. So the Flyers and all these other teams. Boston, I despise pretty much. I'm not a fan of Boston because they're D tier. They're D tier. I hate them. I really hate them. I mean, for me, if I was a Leafs fan, I fucking hate them. Right now, I would put. I have some things to say, and obviously, I'm gonna go with so for S tier. Man, do I want to put Vancouver in S tier? Well, I could put Toronto in S tier if I wanted to, but in my mind, I think Toronto's not really an S tier team, and okay for Vancouver. But since this is not about team ranking, since this is about team rankings, I'll put Toronto up here. The Canucks can be in A tier because I like the Canucks. They're a good team. They have a better defense than Toronto. They got a good goaltender and Markstrom, and they also have a bunch of good forwards. Well, they got some good forwards, even though their forward group's not really superstar caliber like Toronto's. However, Toronto's defense is crap. It's not good. So I put Toronto. But also Vancouver plays really good. I know they haven't made the playoffs in a couple years, but they look very good. As a Leafs fan, I have to hate the Abs. I have to. The Habs. I mean, obviously they're a good team too, but they're not that good. Chicago, I used to hate Chicago. Pittsburgh, I'm not putting them in D tier because I can't see them. But I'm gonna put them in C tier because I hate them a little bit, but I don't really hate them. I used to hate them. Back in the day, but I don't. Sharks, I used to put them in S a. I'm gonna put them in B tier. They're kind of neutral for me. Realistically, what teams do I really hate so much? I mean, I said I didn't really like Chicago, but you know what? Chicago's kind of an C tier because there's nothing really much you can put. Chicago is in the C's, my friend. You know what? I don't know. Who do I hate? Like, I mean, I could say I hate Buffalo because they're trash. They deserve D tier for good, please. Colorado. I want to talk about Colorado for a minute. So, when I was 1 year old, I was 1 year old when they won the Stanley Cup, but I actually managed to get to see when I was because as a kid I probably didn't remember any of that as a 1 year old, but as a 1 year old I might have saw was when Joe Sakic gave the Stanley Cup to Ray Bork, and then Ray Bork lifted it, the cup, and I felt that when I look at that I was like, this is really good. So for me, I'll put them in A tier because I like that team so much. They're a good team now. They were kind of struggling over the years. I mean, because who should I put in? Who should I put in next? Wait, where's the Senators? Wait, is the Senators in here too? The Senators are not in here. What the hell? There's no Senators? There's no Senators. What the hell? Somebody forgot about the Sens. Or maybe the Senators. I don't know. I mean, I guess we can do it without the Senators because let's just say they're in the D tier because I hate them, and their logo's on here. Maybe it's not showing up. Maybe that's why. For the Dallas Stars, I'll put them in kind of in the B tier. Flyers, I'll put them in B tier. I really do like the Blues, so they go in the A tier. Because I'm gonna admit I like the Blues as well. They're a good team as well. They won their first Stanley Cup. I watched that. I love their team. I really do. I love their team. Obviously, and I'm gonna say the same thing with the Capitals too, because I really would put them in A tier because I love the Capitals too. I watched them win the Stanley Cup too. Those were like the two really good years for me to watch for hockey. Like, St. Louis and Capitals winning Stanley Cups for the first time ever in franchise history. That was amazing to see. I mean, Nashville should have won it before. Same thing with the Sharks, but the Pittsburgh Penguins just kept stealing their cups from them. And so, for those 2 years, basically. And that's why I didn't like Pittsburgh. But now, it's been 2 years later. Since they won the Cup in 2017, I decided to say that, you know what, Pittsburgh's kind of just on the C tier. Same with Chicago, because they used to win Stanley Cups. Now they're kind of just, Pittsburgh's still making playoffs, but I know while Chicago isn't. And to me, it's very interesting. It's kind of a different era we're living in hockey right now. For the LA Kings, they get a B tier. I mean, I like them a lot. I like the Sharks too, but I mean, I'm gonna say the same thing with Anaheim because they're all B tier. They're not. Toronto's S tier because I grew up with that team in particular. So yes, Toronto has a lot of media. I would have put Vancouver in S tier too, but to me, both teams have the same thing, literally. So I didn't really want to include them. Oilers. Okay, I'm thinking what teams. I like Vegas. I like Vegas a lot, so I'm gonna put them in A tier. That finals with the Capitals versus Vegas was a good one, and you know what? I do kind of like the team as well because it's in Nevada. So I really love. Las Vegas is a great place. Same thing with the Hoover Dam. I talked about that a lot. Every time I think of the Las Vegas Golden Knights, I start thinking of Fallout New Vegas, and a lot of times I would play Fallout New Vegas it would keep reminding me of when. And I remember like there was also like hockey masks in the game too. So it kept reminding me every time I see a hockey mask, I'm like, okay, this is reminding me of the Vegas Golden Knights or when they had some hockey teams in that place. But literally, I think for me, I'm gonna put Columbus. Columbus is kind of C tier, and they're kind of meh for me. Carolina, same thing. Nashville's kind of like B or, I mean, I didn't really cheer for them really. Minnesota, I really do like their logo, so they go to A tier because they had one of the best logos ever, and they're an okay team right now. Coyotes are C for me. Flames are friggin'. For the Flames, I would put them in. I want to say B, but I want to probably say A because I really like this team too. I'm gonna say B, kind of in the middle. I like the Winnipeg Jets, but I'm gonna put them for B. Detroit has a lot of history. They get B tier. These guys, I do not like them whatsoever, but I'll put them in C tier for now until the playoffs when the Leafs play against them. If not, I'm also gonna start hating Florida because I have to. Like, really, this team should relocate. I mean, you got 2 Florida teams, right? You should only have 1, maybe 2, but 2 is too much. Oilers are B tier, so but in my opinion, for some of those teams, literally, I either just I like the Oilers, but just when it comes for A tier, I really do like certain teams, and I know they don't have the Senators and a few other teams on here, but that's fine because it's okay. The Senators, in my mind, they will be in A tier, not A tier, D tier, even if their logo's not here. So that's it for you guys for this video, and obviously I'm gonna do some more recording and stuff. So happy Tuesday, and I'll see you guys for another video. And yes, it's been 8 days after surgery, but I've been healing and I've had to get used to chewing and stuff again. So hope you guys enjoy.